In this video, if you're on the fence about doing high ticket sales, I'm going to tell you why I wish I had skipped all the other sales roles that I had before this and just gone straight to this, simply because of the amount of money that you can make and, most importantly, the lifestyle factors that it gives you. So I've worked every sales role that's ever existed in the universe. Okay, I've sold real estate home sales. I've been in tech for years, sold software. I've sold high ticket stuff, B2B and B2C. I've even sold vacuums door to door. Who else you know who's done all those things, okay? But all of these sales roles reached a point where the company I was with either shut down, everyone got laid off, or I had to move on from that role for reasons that were outside of my control 100% of the time. And this will happen in sales roles. You'll have to move on to a different role at some point, and you don't really know what to do next except go look for that exact same kind of sales role, right? But in high ticket sales, if your offer goes under for some rare reason, the next step is immediately clear. You can just go find another offer because there's tons of them. Online business is exploding, literally. And even if the product that you're selling on a new offer is completely different, like let's say you're going from a coaching program to now selling a marketing service, so you're going from like B2C to B2B, it might take you a couple of weeks to learn the new product and the sales process. Like that might be a little different, but high ticket sales roles are generally the same across the board. Like it's not that big of a difference. It's the same thing. Everything you learn on one offer and do in a previous role is going to apply to any high ticket role that you get. So it makes it very easy for you to transition from offer to offer and continually move up if you need to. And after you get your first role, you can get access to those much better roles, and you'll be able to find a new one much quicker than it took you to get your first one. So the punchline of this is security. This is the most secure sales role that I've ever had. When real estate is bad, what's the real estate agent going to do? They're going to go have to find a completely new thing because real estate's shit, right? But in high ticket, you can just find another offer because the internet is exploding. Internet businesses are exploding, and there's just a ton of businesses that need you. The demand for you is extremely high. Think about this. The internet business space is like in its infancy, so it's just getting started. And every one of these businesses is going to need salespeople to sell their stuff. 5 years ago, how many people did you know that were posting on social media or were like addicted to it, right? The pandemic was like the great separator. Yes, there were people on social media before 2020, but it like 10x'd at that point. And now it's just like every person you see in public is literally like addicted to this thing, right? They're just on it like 12, 15 hours a day. And that's only been like 5 years, right? So what do you think it's going to be like 5 years from now? This is just the beginning. We're at the base of the mountain. We're not even on the first run up, quote unquote. So if you get into this, you're never going to have to worry about money because of where this is going. All business is moving to social media, like a period. If they don't, they're getting left behind fast. So you will always have to have a new offer to sell for or a new business to find a sales role with. So once you get in this and you start getting experience, the path forward is just clear for you for a very long time. But if you're selling vacuums door to door, that's probably a dead end. Now, another reason remote sales and high ticket sales is the future is because in my experience working these high ticket roles, and something I don't see anyone else talk about, even though it's so obvious, is high ticket sales roles got rid of all the bad parts of every other sales role. So what do I mean? First of all, it's remote, self-explanatory. You don't have to go to an office. Second, internet businesses don't have a corporate type atmosphere. And anyone that's worked in a corporate sales role knows how absolutely miserable that is. Having to be around terrible people all day, like weird people who all they talk about is sports and politics and TV shows all day, you know, and then having to follow all these like pointless rules and go to like 5 pointless meetings a week. And then the thing that absolutely was like the last straw for me in a regular like role, like in a tech role, is that they expect you to do things outside of work with these same people. Like go to work events, like work social events. These two words do not go together. What? You know? And I just couldn't comprehend like having to spend 50 plus hours a week with people working a role or a job that you don't want to work, and then you're expected to come to these weekend social events with work people. Like I've already been with these people all week. Now you want me to go to some forced social, mandatory social event with work people? So when am I supposed to have a life outside of this? I'm just supposed to like commit the rest of my life to this corporate succubus and like just this is it? What? I'm not doing that. And it's just crazy because like no one questioned it. I was looking around like, what the fuck? Am I on the Truman Show right now? Is this a joke? But no one questioned it. They was like, yeah, see you there. I'm like, not me, I'm out of here. So that was hell. Slowly like rotting away inside while you have to put on this fake face every day for like decades. Fuck that shit. High ticket sales roles, they don't have any of that, okay? Most online business owners I meet are normal people. Like they're super cool like me. They're super chill. So are the salespeople. It's just a completely different environment. And for me, that made all the difference. And everyone else I helped get into this, they say the same thing. So next, another way that high ticket sales roles get rid of like all the bad parts of normal jobs or sales jobs is that in a lot of sales roles, you have to do lead generation as the salesperson, which is not your job. That's marketing, right? But you have to do lead generation or you have to fight for good leads. Many sales jobs I've had are like that. They pit the salespeople against each other. All these things are toxic. These are horrible roles. So in high ticket, you're only speaking with inbound leads thanks to social media. That is the key. And in every sales role outside of this that I've had, my entire job was like lead generation, doing outbound. But in high ticket, when they have a full calendar of calls, then they bring on reps to take those calls. If they're running paid advertisements, they will fill up the calendar through paid traffic for those reps to take. And then their organic supports that and nurtures it, right? So it's completely opposite of other sales roles. They bring you on if they already have a traffic source, a flow of people that are buying their stuff, warm leads for you to sell to. When they have people that are ready to buy, basically, that is the punchline. Whereas in most bad sales roles, they bring you on and they have you like work old leads because their product sucks, the business sucks, so they have to do this shit to just force people to buy their stuff. Or they want you, the salesperson, to create the business yourself out of thin air like you're a fucking magician or something because the business owner was too lazy to do the work up front himself before hiring a salesperson. And that's a terrible way to run a business. He shouldn't be running a business in the first place. He's going to fail. But in high ticket, a business owner will typically, a good one, scale his business up as high as he can all by himself before he hires a salesperson or before he hires anybody, because this is the internet. You can do it all from your phone. You don't need to hire anybody for a while. And also, personally, because you want to keep all the money. And you need to learn every aspect of the business yourself. You need to learn the sales, the marketing, the product, all this before you can hire someone else and teach someone else to do it, right? Because you can run up a digital product or service business pretty damn high all by yourself before you need to hire anybody. That's just the world we're living in. So when it's time to bring on a salesperson, that business owner is now swamped with calls. Like he's needed to bring that person on, right? This is how you want to do it, not the way I mentioned before. Which means when you come in as a salesperson, you have a full calendar of calls. Your only job is to close the sales, take the calls. That's it, which is how sales should be. So all these things I just mentioned innovated on how sales jobs used to be, and high ticket just made it better and more efficient for the salesperson. Next, most of the offers that you're going to sell for are going to be 1 to 2 call closes max. In tech, in software sales, tech sales, I would talk to people to businesses 6 times on these long ass calls before they would sign on and buy. And sometimes that would go on for months. I would lay awake at night, bug-eyed, staring at the ceiling, thinking, is this company that I've talked to 7, 8 times over the past 2 months, are they ever going to buy? It was just being slowly drug along, and it was driving me insane. And at the same time, they're also shopping you against your competitors. So it puts you in this super desperate place every time you get on the phone with them. Hey, are you ready to buy this time? Yeah, sickening, bro. But in high ticket with internet businesses, a lot of the people that you speak to, they already want to buy from this person, from this specific business, because they just like the guy. They like the guy's social media brand. They've been watching his social media content for weeks or months. They just like him. And that makes a huge difference. That in itself is a moat right there. Now, lastly, in high ticket, you can make really good money for the right amount of work. So what do I mean by this? In high ticket, you're selling expensive products. They cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And in good roles, the businesses that you're selling for are going to be making at least $300K a month and well beyond that. So you should be getting paid $10K a month and more, right? You should be hitting that. So you are creating the actual business. So it's really lucrative for both sides. The business owner gets to stack a ton of money and focus on the business while you just close all the sales. You get to make 10K a month and more for just doing one thing, which is closing sales. Taking money from people that already want to give it to you. They already want this product. In real estate, if I wanted to get like a $6,000 commission check, I'd have to sweat for that for months and months and do all this in-person work, all these endless phone calls just for one sale. And I'd have to listen to these people complain about the windows, complain about this crack. Oh, I think this is leaking here. Oh, what about this? And it just goes on and on and on for one check. That is not the right amount of work for that amount of money. See what I'm saying? And in tech sales, software sales, you have to deal with all the corporate shit I talked about before every single day while sweating my balls off for months to make like a low to mid six figures maybe in the future. So that's why I say in high ticket, you get paid the right amount for the right amount of work. Like the two things are congruent. And these, in my experience, these are the reasons this type of sales is only getting bigger in the future and why for lifestyle factors in the money, you cannot beat it. This is just a fact. This is a concrete fact. So you cannot beat high ticket sales. Put it this way to end the video. I don't ever have to do anything I don't want to do. It's all upside. That's the end of the video. If you want my help getting a closer roll or a setter roll, go to the links in the description. Until next time.